A late-night boat collision leaves 2 dead and 1 in critical condition. Good evening, I'm Kafar Augustin. Thank you for tuning in. The incident happened in the North Sound just before 10 last night. 6 people were involved in the collision. Police have confirmed 2 men died in that incident. One of the men has been identified as Emmanuel Brown. Cayman 27 Seaford Russell Jr. has more.
I heard the news. I was taken aback because it woke me up and the person told me that my brother in a boat accident.
This news left Kenneth Davis in disbelief as he learned that his brother Emmanuel Brown was missing at sea after a boat collision in the North Sound. We spoke to Mr. Davis while the search was underway for his brother.
Right now, I am still in shock. The family's in shock, and we're still hanging on hopes that he's somewhere there too, and because he was a pretty good swimmer.
Monday afternoon, that hope faded as Mr. Brown's body was found. He was one of the 3 occupants on board one of the vessels in the collision. Police say the 2 vessels collided in the North Sound off Prospect Sunday night. One of the vessels capsized. The 3 people on that vessel were uninjured and returned to shore. However, the second vessel sustained significant damage. Police say a man and a woman were found in that boat. The woman was taken for treatment at the hospital. The man was pronounced dead. But Mr. Brown was nowhere to be found. Family and friends gathered here outside the RCIPS Marine Base where Emmanuel Brown's body was brought in after being lost at sea for several hours. Mr. Davis says he was sad to learn about what happened to the others involved in the collision.
It's unfortunate. A little man had died, and there's one, I don't know the gentleman. Then I know that another lady is battling for life in the hospital.
Now, details are still emerging on this incident. Seaford Russell Jr. was there. He joins me live. Seaford, tell me, what was it like on the scene today?
Well, Kafar, officers from the fire service, the Joint Marine Unit, along with the air operations and other small boat owners were all in the water this morning trying to locate Mr. Brown, Emmanuel Brown, that is, while the search was being conducted. However, family and friends stood by on shore waiting with their fingers crossed, obviously, for good news. They did find Mr. Brown's body, but when the news was broke to the family,
I can just imagine the devastation.
You know, obviously,
it's a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Absolutely. It was very emotional, to say the least.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, what about the other victims? There was another man that also died, and then there's a victim in the hospital. What is the latest on them? Police have not identified them as yet.
Yes, they actually have not, and details are very limited at this time, Kafara. I reached out to police on this matter earlier today on the gentleman who passed away, and they could not provide me with any information at the time. However, it is said that the female involved in the collision is in a coma at the moment and suffering from severe brain injuries. So again, very unfortunate situation that happened last night, and I hope all goes well.
All right, well, thank you so much, and this is a report obviously that you will continue to follow.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Seaford.
Thank you.